What up, everyone? This is Bevin of Fambled, and welcome to a special happy hour edition interview with the brothers Neese. They are Jason and Jamie. They are twins. They are producers on the Umbrella Academy, Unreal, Dear White People, and Resident Alien. And I'm looking forward to see if I can find one question they have never been asked about being twins. Let's go see if I can accomplish this, shall we? So
Here we are.
Jason, I actually found you on this new app that's just causing waves called Clubhouse. Tell the
Right.
folks at home, what is Clubhouse? Because people with Androids don't know what it is.
First off, I think it's amazing that you still have to have an iPhone, or you can't even get on it. It's pretty raw. But I forgot my manager nominated me less than a month ago, like 3 weeks ago. He's like, you got to do. Of course, he wanted me to, Jamie and I, to kind of be able to get our brand out there and all that. So I was like, all right, fine. I mean, I'm pretty busy, but sure, I'll check it out. So I downloaded it, I get on it. And it's like this weird combination of virtual meetups. It's like podcasts or mini TED Talks. It's these rooms that you open up. And then I guess if you're doing it right, people come in there and you can either kind of just be talking with guests that you bring up to moderate with you, or it can be very much a back and forth. I only do it like one room once a week, and it's very interactive, and it's all this kind of in a writer's room or a writer's circle, and it's through like script and all that, but it can really be anything. But it's pretty interesting. I'll be curious to see how long it sustains, because right now I was just in like a room, and like Vinny from Jersey Shore, there's like 20 people in there. It's like, it's that new that like very famous people are like, will have like 80 followers. Like, it's just so, it feels very ground level. So I think this next year will be pretty important. Definitely born out of the pandemic, allowing people to be able to hang out together and stuff.
I think it's answering the call to people that are just so zoomed out. People are just so tapped out from Zoom. They're like, oh, wait, is this like radio? Is this like panels? Is this different? Do I have to not, can I just be in full onesies or pajamas and not have to worry about my frontal appearance and go to these things? Yes, let's do it.
By the way, I with the Zooms, I go image off sometimes. And I'm like, why do I have to have the image up? Like, this to me is a conference call. There will be no image. I don't even ask anymore. I'm just like, half the time there's no image for me. It's just a still photo from like whatever one I have up.
Yeah, no, that's been the one that I've been going to for some of the meetings, especially if they're early in the morning, and I'm not putting my face on, and I'm like, you know what, you just get my headshot, and that's what you get. Congratulations.
There's no rules as long as you're getting information. There's no rules to this pandemic game,
No,
but Clubhouse is fun, right? So I think it's been fun to explore these during these times. But yeah, that is how we met.
Yeah, and I've been like Batman. I've just been silently just like stalking people in rooms and like seeing how they're doing and seeing if I like them, and then like I don't say anything and I just kind of exit and then just go into another room. That's been my that's been my MO, and then I'll just like be like, yo, I really enjoyed what you said, and that's just been my game plan so far.
So I guess I did okay, huh? So you did
great.
You me out.
I did, and also too, it's like you seem to be like a fellow geek.
So I have a twin brother, and producing is kind of our day job, for Umbrella Academy and some other really fun shows we've done in the past, from Dear White People to Unreal and stuff like that. But our major passion is that I have a degree in writing. Like, writing and directing is something we've started getting into, and 30 Nothing was kind of a practice tool for us to make this kind of half-hour web series, Curb Your Enthusiasm styled show. We can make really cheap with our friends that are also filmmakers out here, and try to make it funny. So hopefully it's doing okay.
I found it very fascinating because like you guys seem to just be going all the time, which is why I'm so envious that you have a twin, because I feel like you just do the Wonder Twin powers activate and you can get more things done because you're both lucky enough to have the same mindset. Imagine being a twin and he wanted to be like a construction worker or a carpenter instead of the things you want to do. Would you get as many things as you want to get done?
It's so interesting. You're right. So how many times it's like a colloquialism now. It's like, I need a twin, but it's true. Like, Jamie and I we're we're best friends, and we love collaborating. We balance each other out in our stylistic taste that we have, whether writing or directing. And yeah, so it just allows us to get a lot of stuff done, whether it's producing these big shows or writing and directing our own stuff on the side. Yeah, we're totally simpatico when it comes to that, though.
So I got to ask, being a twin, because like I said, I'm on a mission to ask you one question you have never been asked before. Okay. Let's see how I do. So have you compared like the major film twins and ranked them about like, this is the epic twin set, like Luke or Leia, or, you know, Pedro and Wanda, or Fred and George Weasley, and been like, yo, those are the epic twins that represent twin life?
You win. I've never been asked that for sure.
Yes, I had others ready to go, but that's great.
Well, the answer is no, we have not done that. I will say that the brothers, they're not twins, but they are brothers, the Duffer brothers that do Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Jamie and I are from North Carolina, and they're also from North Carolina. And we're like, no, there can't be other North Carolina brothers, especially not the Stranger Things guys. But so that's about as close as we've came, I think. Yeah. I've never even thought about that. I'm sure they're all ahead of us.
Wait, have you asked them for like a double date?
No,
be like,
no.
Look, you guys are brothers. We're brothers and twins. I feel like we should do something. Oh, speaking of Jamie, I believe I see Jamie coming.
That's what you get with us. You get one twin, maybe you get two.
One twin holds it down, and the other one jumps in. No, she was just she wins the twin question. We've never been asked it. Have we ever ranked the twins in like popular culture or cinematic history? In like a kind of a layering. I said no. The closest we have is that we're irritated that there's other North Carolina brothers that made Stranger Things. So we've been like, they beat us to the punch a little bit. Though I will say our show's doing pretty good.
Yeah,
you know, with there. So
the old Duffer brothers beat us to the punch.
How do you guys feel about the Russo brothers?
You know, we actually
we love the Russo brothers.
Yeah, we had a project with, well, it didn't really work out, but we were working inside of their institution there for a second, and from what we saw, yeah, they seem very cool.
Jamie, are you gonna pour one? We're drinking wine over here to celebrate us meeting each other.
I'm not allowed to drink today because we went to wine country this weekend, safely, of course, and we drank too much wine.
Okay.
We did have some wine this weekend, but we were also shooting up north, so we had a reason to be out and about last weekend.
That is true. Jamie and I, we wrote and are directing a spec pilot that our friend Constance Zimmer is starring in. You might remember from Entourage or House of Cards. We met her on Unreal, and you know, I'll tell you what, she's amazing. And Tare is the other lead. You've seen him in the Shy, I believe is how you pronounce it, that show. Okay. But yeah, we're shooting that. We're going to put together a spec pilot and then take it to some of our creative partners that we have out there. See if we can make a show out of it.
That's awesome. I think that's great. Like I said, the fact that you guys even have the time, even though you guys are super blessed to be busy and important with Umbrella Academy, with you guys work on Resident Alien too? Did I read that right?
We produced the pilot. We're friends over there with our folks over at UCP. Dark. It was great. We loved it. Chris Sheridan's the man, but we had to go back to Umbrella, man.
Yeah, and you know, the string there is not actually, it's Dark Horse, who obviously is the producer of the comic for Umbrella Academy. Also did Resident Alien, so they brought us on over there. But yeah, we had to stick with the Umbrella. It's such a massive show. It takes up all of our time.
Yeah, I think I read an interview that you guys did. I think it was on Script or something, that you guys were talking about the process, which I find very fascinating, because when somebody says they're a producer, that can mean an array of things. What their job is, what their daily tasks are. And I love the fact that you kind of broke down a little bit about what you guys do with it, and like helping with the editors and helping with color grading and talking to the show creator. It was just very fascinating. Is that normally what you guys do when you produce shows? Do you come in through the post and help with the editing process?
It's interesting. I did break it down in that interview, because you're right. I mean, everybody's like, I want to be a producer, and like, what is a cigar, and such an abstract term. But for Jamie and I, we're very much nuts and bolts producers. And on a lot of the bigger shows, we have such a history of visual effects, music, color grade, all these kind of post elements. Also tying things together and from the studio to the set and helping showrunners and giving, our perspective and serving them is definitely what our job is on these. Same with Resident Alien, Dear White People, and Real. But and then there's we're very much writers too. So whether it's our own projects with our rep Scott Schulman, where we're packaging up different scripts, original ideas, or IP that we've cracked and written pitches for, which we've done. We have 2 partners for different ones of those. So it's very different depending on what we're doing. Like we work with Don Cheadle and Radical Act on a script that we cracked with him in a virtual writer's room and his head of development, Mika. And for us, it's not even about producing. It's just the writing aspect of it. So, and then they'll get a director, hopefully, but we would never direct that. So it's fun. Yeah, it's fun to do the different things.
Yeah, we bounce around where they need us. We both started off getting coffees like the rest of the world of Hollywood. So we have no ego. We just want to, write and direct cool shit. I mean, we're so, we're all about show running and learning all the aspects. So we're happy to put, all the hats on our head. But yeah, Umbrella has just been really fantastic. We get to work so intimately with Blackman and Jeff King and really kind of see that project from the beginning to the end. So that's really just a pleasure to work on, and VFX are such a cool thing to be able to be a part of. So we're not like it's just one thing that we do, but everybody loves to geek out on VFX when you're on a show with a CG talking monkey, I guess.
Is it ever overwhelming for you guys, because so many people have to be involved with big shows like this, and there's so many producers and stuff that are attached, plus a showrunner? Is there like a step-by-step breakdown of like how decisions are made and all that stuff, or is it overwhelming sometimes depending on the production?
Well, it depends on which season you're in. So like any new show is hard for all the reasons you think it would be hard. It's the growing pains. It's setting the standards and the workflow and the decision-making process, finding your style, deciding what the world, even if it's like coming up with the theme music for Klaus and Umbrella Academy, that took a long time to figure out with our composer what that looks like or sounds like. So by season 2 of Umbrella, is dramatically easier, but it's still very stressful. I mean, it's a huge hit for Netflix. So Jamie and I, there's always 500 places being spun at once.
I mean, we are writers and all that good stuff, but we love color, we love music, we love sound, we love all the stuff that really brings home a show. So we spend time on set. We fly up to Toronto and do all that stuff. And but I mean, with a show like Umbrella, you just have so much fun on the back end of finishing. There's just so much cool shit you can do. And our show is like a Spotify play, like such a badass Spotify playlist. We just Steve Blackman is a genius with music, but he empowers all of us to really pitch all of our stuff. So it's really cool.
Yeah. You guys hooked me in season 1 because I'm a musical theater geek. I went to school for musical theater, and then the show opens with Phantom of the Opera, and I was like, what has happened? What show am I watching? Is this in the comic? Because I hadn't read the comic, and I was like, what? Who did? All right, I'm fine. I'm here for this. I'm here for Phantom of the Opera. Let's do this. Like, whose decision was that? Do you guys even remember?
I had a lot of people
we remember.
involved in it. Yeah, I mean, I think that ultimately it's always Steve Blackman, the showrunner's decision, working closely with Jeff King. And yeah, this is one of those things where I think maybe originally designed it was different in his mind, but it's just such a unique sound. Phantom of the Opera, instantly everybody is familiar with it. I'm sure millions of people are like, wait, I know this. What is this? It's like I recognize this, but I don't know if I know for sure what it is. But and then you check it out, and oh, Phantom of the Opera. It was a very unique decision process for that. I think a lot of it happened kind of away from us too, because there was like a lot of clearance stuff you had to work with on that.
But you guys also talk about show running, and one of my good friends, one of my good mutual acquaintances is a guy named Jeff Gomez, and he specializes in transmedia building. And I'm wondering what your take is on that, because a good example of transmedia is what they do with Marvel, what they're now doing with Star Wars. Is that something you guys would be interested in tapping into? Maybe not with Umbrella Academy, but with another IP.
I would personally watch a movie with Klaus in Number 5 is like a sidekick movie all day long, right?
Road tripping.
And who's to say that
road
that
trip, yeah.
Who's to even know what good old Netflix has brewing over there for all that stuff? I could see any of, the thing about our show that's so dope is any one of those kids could have their own show. I mean, they're all so unique in their own special little ways.
I got a pitch. Ready? You're gonna put Umbrella Academy and Bridgerton and just merge them together.
And 900 million people will watch it.
You guys are working on other stuff too. I don't want to take up all time talking about Umbrella Academy, even though it's super cool and you're working on the 3rd season. Is that even filming right now? I don't even know.
It is, yes. It's in the time of COVID, and we're not speaking out of turn. I know it's been reported that way, but yes, we are in early production.
I'll tell you what's not easy to do: shoot a freaking super action hero TV show during COVID. That's for sure. Because in case you've probably noticed, if you've watched, we have a lot of big sets and a lot of people, and our crew's huge, and we need 3 people for every aspect of our show because it's so complicated, and it's just darn hard to get it done right now. But we're working on it.
Since you guys are also writers too, do you guys ever, again, I'm on my quest to ask you questions that you've never been asked before. Do you think that there is a common mistake Hollywood writers make when they write twins?
I do think that like the whole, I'm not saying it's wrong because it shows up in movies all the time. So obviously is a tool that works, or at least people think it does. But yeah, that whole like one is this and the other is this, and they're really far apart. Like I get it, but real life, a lot of twins, like Jamie and I, we're very different, but we don't play that different. It's not like we would be like some like insanely like differentiated set of human beings.
Do you guys think there is a Hollywood adaptation of Twins that just nails it in terms of just realistic twin characters and twin characteristics?
Well, adaptation, right? I mean, maybe I just like love that film in general. So,
were they twins in the Grey Garden one? The Grey Gardens one, was that
no?
twins?
That was a mom and daughter. They were just both incredibly eccentric and bizarre. I don't know, weird. Not really. I mean, look, I love the little twin girls in The Shining because they're fucking creepy as shit, and it's really effective. So I would call that a success. There's no reason.
Fun fact: the first script me and Jason ever wrote was about twins. One twin killed the other and kept him in the trunk of his car.
So, like, also,
okay.
I would call that like a trope that nowadays I would be like, that's bullshit. But Jamie is right. That was our first script. I don't even think I have a copy of that.
Do you guys have like a mission to create a show where you have a fully developed twin-based storyline, whether it be superhero or not, where it just goes into the psyche of like what it's like to be twins living in LA in the same business? Do they struggle with identity? Do they struggle with do they like the same girl, and then it's like weird because you guys look the same, but like all that stuff. Did you trade places like in Sister where they're like, hey, I'm failing school, can you go in my class and take the test for me because you actually are smarter than me, kind of thing?
Well, I will say
we both sucked at math, we both sucked at science, we both wanted to write, we both played basketball. So we couldn't help each other at all. We were just both kind of fucked.
But I will say we have well, first off, the one twin thing we did do to our mom's chagrin is that we accepted each other's diploma in college. We thought that was very funny. But so I remember Mom. I remember looking at the stands and Mom just being like so that was kind of fun. I will say one of our projects is with one of the brilliant minds behind Magic: The Gathering, the board game.
Nice.
And his partner, or they've been working together. We partnered up, and it's a superhero show.
Nice.
And it's amazing, and it's really unique, and the powers are bizarre. It's called Talents. It's based off a board game called Wild Talents, and then another game, Godlike, which is the one that was the predecessor. But point of that being is that I have been kicking around, and I haven't even pitched it to Jamie yet, but the idea of introducing twins and really playing with what their unique superpower could be, because these characters are the weirdest. Like, one can turn into a gray blur and a computer screen, but only when I Wish You Were Here by Led Zeppelin was playing. Another one can know what the person was thinking for the past 24 hours when they eat your garbage. It's like the most bizarro, like seemingly useless talents, But in our show, once this grander issue arrives in the form of this nefarious kind of terrorist style wild talent, requires all these people that had these seemingly useless talents to band together, because once you put these talents together, they can create these more magical, bigger things that can maybe stop the evil. So everybody's always like, what's your umbrella? Because we're like, we don't have one. So so this is the project that we've kind of put our hat on, and we're really having fun working with Joel and Dennis on it. And but yeah, I can see twins being incorporated in that with some incredibly bizarre talents or superpowers.
What's on your bucket list right now? Because you guys have finally established a little bit of a brand, and you have a great reputation for producing and world building, and you're making your own product. But is there a bucket list of things you guys want to do in the next 5 years?
Oh, for sure. I mean, we work very closely, we were saying, with Cheadle's company and Mika, and we have a project.
Sorry, did you say Cheetos?
Don
Cheeto.
Cheetos.
Cheetos?
We fucking love Cheetos.
The show's going to be wild. I think
flaming hot.
I think. Oh, my wife loves
flaming hot.
My wife is obsessed. She's probably eating those right now. I think the most near-sighted projects or bucket list things we want to do are really the ones with our wonderful partners we've been developing during pandemic, and it's Jen Gerstenblatt and team over at Sony TV Comedy, and the guys at Counterbalance, Dina, and the guys that created Cobra Kai. We have a project we're going to go out to pitch with, and I think honestly it's just staying very focused and trying to get one of those things to the finish line with them. They're all very exciting. They're all very different. Some of them are original ideas. Some of them are based off, magazine articles. So it's been really fun developing with all those guys. So I think that's what we're mainly focused on. Season 3 of Umbrella Academy, which is a very important part of our life. It's a family over there. Everybody loves each other. The going gets tough. The tough gets going with these people. We don't turn on each other. The knives don't come out. The shit is hard sometimes, and the stakes are higher than ever. It was such a big hit with Netflix, but
he has a lot more mature goals. For me, it's just to finally finish this 5 foot tall Cheeto sculpture that I made of Jason. And then once I get that done, I'll leave Los Angeles and I'll move to Wyoming and just live out the rest of my life on a farm in the Grand Tetons.
Oh boy, this goal sounds better, doesn't it?
But before we go, guys, tell me where people can find you and keep up to date with what they're doing. If you got Clubhouse rooms coming up, let me know. If you got consistent ones, throw all of that out there.
Jason's trying to get me to do the Clubhouse thing. Well, he's a growing star on the Clubhouse circuit.
No.
That's how I met him.
I'm still trying. I love that. I'm trying to learn all that. I spend a lot of time kind of posting pictures on Instagram. I believe it's Twininator. So at Twininator, you can find me over there a lot. And I think, other than that, we got some fun TV shows coming up that you'll see our names on. So we're around.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, Jason?
I was going to say, I'm Von Gilmore. I think that's how you find me on Instagram. I think you can search me for my name too. I think I'm just Jason Neese on Clubhouse. So, but yeah, Von Gilmore's a character I created for a novel that I wrote. So I use that kind of as the pseudonyms on some of my social. But yeah, Instagram and I guess now Clubhouse are kind of my two places that I go now.
Just but get excited. Again, it's at Twininator for Instagram, and I'm about to start a whole series of pictures only on flaming Cheetos. So it's gonna blow you guys' mind.
I will follow.
Don't worry about
that. I will follow that.
Or Resident Alien. Don't worry about any of that stuff. I'm gonna start sculpting Cheetos into people's faces, and that, my friends, will be how I retire from this whole community.
You could do a Clubhouse room that is hot Cheetos face sculpting, and you would be probably shocked at how many people would come listen to you talk about that shit.
I'm going to start a Clubhouse about face sculpting Cheetos.
Yeah, there you go. That's first room.
Yeah, but it's so great to meet you guys. Listen, let's do this again, because I want to keep in touch with you guys are doing. And maybe you'll join us, Jamie, for a drink next time, because it makes everything better.